the idols or gave order for the breaking of those idols. Apart from that, in other occasions, when, for instance, the question of churches and other such places of worship were concerned, where idols were kept, Hazrat Akram sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not permit. In fact, once he wrote a sort of letter. It was a farman. How would you translate a farman? Decree or order. Order, I mean, is a smaller word than farman. It is, No. Proclamation. Yeah, that's a better one, yes. He made a proclamation regarding it was not a church or something which a different name is given, where people belonging to church live also there, and there is also a monastery, yes. I think it was a monastery. The representative of a monastery came to Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam preached Islam to them, but they stuck to their religion and said, yes, we were happy with our religion, so they were parting in the end. And at their request, Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam wrote that proclamation about the sanctity of monasteries. And he said that no Muslim is permitted to forcefully do anything to this monastery, to break their crosses or to do anything which in any way is insulting or damaging to this monastery. And whoever does it, he will break his relationship with me. The words are very strong, I don't remember the exact words, but to the effect that they have nothing to do with me or what I stand for. So particularly crosses are mentioned there. Hazrat Umar Radhiyallahu Ta'ala Anhu, following the same noble tradition, issued an order for the newly conquered areas from among the Christendom that no ruler or no Muslim would be permitted to in any way defile the sanctity of churches or to break their crosses or do any damage whatsoever. So they were also symbols of idol worship. In fact, the Holy Quran mentions it. This is the general principle. But as I have said there, in that case which you have mentioned, a different principle of a higher order took over and was operative. Yes, please, Bashir. How much older are you to Rafi? If the first word which comes to one's mind is ifo. So I had to wait a little bit before the word Rafi came to me. Yes. 5 years. You don't look older by 5 years. No, what I mean to say is a compliment to you. Yes.
In the past few recent podcasts, we've been emphasizing on prayer, and not only just that, but the fact that one should say on prayers further way meaning understanding.
Yes.
And that would be a way of attaining the heights where one can communicate, not only communicate, but also receive communication from God.
Yes.
Simultaneously, we are also told that we should offer our prayers by Jama'at. Now, to me, there is some sort of slight contradiction in this, because I feel that if one is offering one's prayers in Jama'at, one has to follow the discipline of the Imam. And whereas during the Imams are very learned and so on and so forth, they sort of can raise to the prayers, understand everything 100 miles an hour. Whereas we people who are ordinary, we have to sort of take our time to understand the Arabic and the nuances of the language and so on and so forth. So how can we sort of attain?
Well, in two ways. Number one, the experiences of different people are different. They vary according to the individual inclinations and knowledge, etc. Some people, quite contrary to your experience, believe, and they have gone through these experiences, that when they say their individual prayer, they are not so alert and they are not so much in it as when they are saying the congregation prayer behind an imam. And particularly in those prayers where recitation is made aloud. There in particular, the experiences which people have been quoting me and which I have gone through myself from my childhood, I am also inclined to believe that prayer behind an imam has a higher quality of concentration, of rich spiritual experience and emotional experience than the prayer individually. But that is generally applicable. On the other hand, some individual prayers reach very great heights and depths as well. Because when you are not in company and you are really emotionally charged and you are in a fit mood to pray, in that case an individual prayer is far superior in quality than a prayer said behind an imam as far as one's individual experience is concerned. So Allah Ta'ala has given you both the opportunities. In fact, He has given you opportunity to say more prayers individually than behind the imam. For each prayer there are sunnahs, and the total number of sunnahs and witr and nawafil which you are expected to say individually is greater than the rakat, the total number of parts of prayer which you say behind the imam. So this is why the Holy Quran has offered a most beautiful and well balanced opportunity for you. Because as I have said, people vary, their temperaments are different, their knowledge and depth of understanding is different. So Allah Ta'ala has provided something for everybody. So if you say your prayer behind the imam, you will benefit in some ways where individually you will not be able to. But that is not all, it's a much bigger story. The second point, I can't finish it altogether here, but I'll give some draw your attention to some very important points. Secondly, according to Islamic teachings, an imam's prayer is the prayer which truly matters and which covers the prayer of everybody who is saying prayer behind. So if an imam is emotionally charged and feels the presence of God while he is saying prayer, the followers will not be bereft of reward by Allah, despite the fact that they may not feel the same thing. So as far as the reward goes, the reward of the congregational prayer is much higher than the reward of a single prayer. Because Hazrat Rasul Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is added to this by telling that the collective feeling of the whole congregation is counted by Allah in favor of every participant. I mean, this is a general rule, of course. I mean, it would have exceptions, of course. There would be some people with bad inclinations or something who would be rejected by God. Nobody can stop him doing that. But as a general principle, the collective prayer is counted in favor of each member. So you can see why Hazur Akram sallallahu alaihi wasallam has repeatedly said that the reward for a collective prayer is 70 times greater than the reward for an individual prayer, and some other expressions are also used by him, which emphasize the importance of the collective prayer. So both have their own